how did I survive all those years naked in public, creating unrest? And I had to groom my audiences. I would kick people out. I'd pick on them. And as soon as I found those that were there to just spoil the show and become assholes, I would get them kicked out by in a sense, instigating their angst.
So the bouncers helped you?
Rarely were they needed. What I would do is I would get to someone and I'd say, "Oh, can you imagine her big tits on your skinny little chest, honey? You'd fall over." I said, "That's how fair God is. He could have put her big tits on you, and you would have had trouble standing up all the." Well, some guy get pissed off because I'm picking on his wife. So I says, "Well, why don't you and your wife just go home? Get the fuck out of here. Go bowling in an alley. Get your hands on your own balls and score best you can." And I'd start in on them, and I was unrelenting. I'd get the whole house behind me, and they'd get up screaming all kinds of bloody murder, and eventually out. That's when the bouncer would have to come. And "You sure you're backing this fucking asshole up?" They'd go out in a huff. Sometimes cops would get called. They'd come in with smiles because they knew what was going on. At the Blue Moon in Tingsboro, Massachusetts, I picked on a guy who didn't seem to be right to be there, and he got so upset he stood up, and his friend sitting across from the table gave him a punch right in the face, knocked him back into his chair. And he looked up at me and says, "I'm just saving your life, pal. I'm saving your life." He's a black belt.
Jesus.
Another time I was in Canyon Creek, Alberta, north of Calgary, north of Edmonton even, way up near Great Slave Lake, in a little tiny town at the Canyon Creek Hotel, working for Moose and Slim, the owners. And I picked on a guy, and he left and he came back in with about a 3-foot crowbar.
Oh, God.
And come right over to the stage. The waitress got between me and him and said to him, "Charlie, you get the fuck out of here and you get home. Your old lady don't even know you're out and you shouldn't be drinking." And she got him out of there. He took the crowbar and smashed in my fender on my van instead. Another place, I was in Killam, Alberta. Killam was a little town in the Alberta flatlands. That's where they dig up the dinosaurs and all, and the Badlands. And he won the millions and millions of dollars lottery, and he gave most of it to improving the town of Killam. He built a new school, he built a new town hall, he built a town greens area. I mean, amazing the money spent. And I'm playing the bar there.
Huh.
And the spirit of the town was against the bar booking a show like that.
Really?
And they gave me about 30 minutes to pack up and leave, and protected me for the time it took me to get out of there. I ended up playing the rest of the week in a neighboring town quite successfully, with
Really?
no problem.
Huh.
Killam just did not want to have any kinds of shows like that.
Interesting.
And I was one of those that's. See. Another place, I was in Thorold, Ontario, Canada, working Larry's place, and it's a biker bar. And the bar is divided. 2/3 is the regular cafe nightclub area with a stage and tables and chairs. And then there's about a 4-foot high, foot wide rail and counter separating the two areas of the room. So one whole narrow side is a bar and a lot of open space behind the stools of the bar, and then that rail, and that's where all the bikers stay. And the other people come in that same entrance but go right into the showroom, the show area. It's all one big room. Well, one bike club come in, it's the club that stays there, that's their bar. And another club showed up, not a friendly club, and a brawl broke out. And the brawl between the two bike clubs on the bar side, of course the show stops. I'm just sitting there watching this, as is everybody in the full house. And it's got maybe 200 regular customers on the show side, and the bar's full of two biker clubs,
Jesus.
brawling with chains and everything, and it spread right over the counter separating the rooms into the audience area. People are moving out of the way, and the fight is right coming down the front aisle towards the stage. I'm naked on stage. I did the only thing you could do. Of course, I'm screaming, "Get the fuck on your own side, you assholes!" And I jumped absolutely naked right from the stage into the middle of them, just like Iggy Pop did so many years later. You just jump into a crowd. But I jumped right off the stage is about 2.5, 3 feet high. So I jumped from the stage right into the middle of their brawl. It scattered them. And I just kept my arms flailing, screaming at the top of my lungs, kicking, and it broke the fight up, and the bike club that's resident there got the others out of the room. About 3 minutes after that, the cops come in, because there's a brawl going on in the nightclub in Larry's place. The cops come in, the Ontario police. And no, there's no fights. The bad club's gone. The other club is drinking at the bar. I'm on the piano as if nothing happened, you know. And the bikers are saying the naked guy broke it up. We had 20 guys in here fighting. The naked guy broke it up. The cops probably still can't figure that one out. But I found every time I was approached or attacked, if I went ballistic naked, it scared them. And that was my defense. I came through unscathed, 25 years working among drunks in redneck bars doing a sweet pie show. It was amazing.